Yo, what is going on YouTube? Coming back at you with round 8 Roanoke Regional Championships. We got Brian, the Godslayer Miller, playing Zoroark. Super standard, straightforward list versus John Ang playing Buzzrock. The matchup is a little bit favored for Buzzrock. I don't think it's extremely favored for Buzzrock, especially because the Zoroark player really gets to choose when you get access to Beast Ring, which is like when you get your big swing turns. As well as they can generally just not give you Sledgehammer ever. They'll probably do something like go KO Diancie, then go 2-shot a Buzzwole or something like that, then give you Beast Ring, and then they'll have a plan to try and close out the game from there. So I don't think the matchup is actually super favored for Buzzrock. It is favored, but not ridiculously so. And this one, with these list matchups specifically, I think John Ang's playing a pretty standard Buzztails Rock, and Brian Miller's playing a super straightforward Zoroark. He doesn't have any text, he doesn't have Deoxys, he doesn't have Naganadel. Nothing to really try and give him an edge in this matchup. So I definitely favor John going into this, but I don't think all hope is lost for Brian. So we do have John going first, Brooklet Hill attached to Buzz, and then Cynthia looks good to me. He had a switch in his hand, I think. Hold up. I don't want to go too far back. Now I'm going forwards. A little bit forwards. I don't know why he wouldn't switch into the yeah, so he's playing the custom catcher. Maybe there wasn't a switch. Alright, I don't think there was a switch. I think I maybe saw one on the bottom of his deck when he went to use the Brooklet Hill. I think that's what I saw. Isn't that what I saw? Yeah. Alright. There we go, 6 from Cynthia. Ooh, got access to everything. The Vulpix, the Buzzwole, and a Let Loose Marshadow. He's gonna go ahead and end with the Let Loose immediately. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that Let Loose, or benching the Baby Buzz, because like I said, it's really easy for Brian. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of benching Baby Buzz this early. It's really easy for Brian to just choose to not knock out a Buzzwole as his first prizes, and then just play around Sledgehammer for the whole game. So I don't like this Baby Buzzwole bench at all here from John. I think it's going to hurt him later on, for sure. And he'll wish he had that bench space back. I'm not even a huge fan of John using the Let Loose there, because he had the Lele for potentially Guzma to like pick a target to hit. I mean, hitting Zorua is just fine. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that Let Loose either. It's unnecessary in this matchup to be aggressive about disrupting your opponent. You are favored. Just set up and do your thing and you win. Get a Rockruff out. Like, I'm not a big fan of this. I like benching Vulpix is cool. You definitely want to do that. I don't like benching the Buzzwole, Baby Buzz, because you don't know if Brian just plays around Sledgehammer, this is kind of just like a wasted Pokemon. It's not like you're going to be using this Baby Buzzwole next turn, right? So I don't like the Baby Buzzwole bench. And I don't like the Marshadow Let Loose. I think he should have just held his hand. He had an attachment. He had the potential for Lele for Guzma, Lele for Cynthia, whatever, depending on what he top decked. Instead, he goes with the Let Loose. He does get switched double custom catcher, but it's going to be a little bit unnecessary, I think, to use any of that. The switch he'll probably use, send out the Buzzwole, Jet Punch, knock out the Zorua. I doubt the Zorua is leaving the active. I'm pretty sure the Zorua is going to be stuck here. Over to Brian, we got him using the Brooklet Hill, gets a Rockruff. I don't know what the rest of his hand looks like. Lycanroc, Wonder Tag, I assume for Elm. There it is. Probably triple Zorua here, or Zorua Ditto, a little bit better. Yeah, Zorua Ditto. And we'll see if he's got that oh so important turn 1 energy attachment to the Rockruff, or pretty much anything, even like a DCE to Lele. To plan to use that into the Buzzwole is fine. No turn 1 energy attachment. So we got switch on John's side. So he's going to switch. He's going to knock out the Zorua. That's good. I think he's got a Kukui as well. So he's going to Kukui first. Draws into another Kukui and a Fuel Blower. There's the switch. Brooklet Hill. I would like to see a Rockruff here. But I don't know if I even want to see that, because yeah, he ends up going with nothing. Actually, he might be playing just Buzzwole Tails. Actually, I don't think he's playing Lycanroc at all. Oh, yeah, it's just Buzztails Custom Catcher. That's right. That doesn't really change anything about what I said before. Knocks out the Rockruff, 30 on the Ditto. I don't know if I like that more than putting 30 on the Rockruff, but I guess it's kind of the same thing. Another Rockruff comes down. Lycanroc. No ability. No, there's the ability. Yeah. Bring up the Diancie. This is what I mean. This is like the prime target for Brian here. Knock out the Diancie. Play around Sledgehammer, remove the bonus damage, and you're good to go from there. Slow down the game a little bit, and then you get kind of control over the pace of the game. Trades away a Choice Band. That should be fine. There's the Zoroark to protect the Ditto. Thinking about trading away as a Rua. That looks fine to me. Thinking about now he's going to the Ultra Ball. I just want to see him keep the Ultra Ball away and find another Zoroark. But I can't quite tell what all his hand is, so this is probably fine. Yeah, and there's the knockout on the Diancie. And this is what I mean. The Baby Buzzwole now basically becomes useless. You don't really want to use it at all, and now it just kind of becomes useless. So like I said, I'm not a big fan of him benching the Baby Buzzwole when he did. I wasn't even a fan of the Let Loose when he used the Let Loose. Save it for a later point in the game. You just didn't need to be that aggressive on that turn that John chose to be. It was definitely an overextension. I think it was unnecessary. All right. Yeah, put Diancie up top. I don't think John's hand is looking super good. He does have the double custom catcher. I'd like to see him start with a Brooklet Hill here for just a Buzz GX. You just need to get another Buzz GX out. And then probably use Kukui and see what you draw. He does have double custom catcher in hand. I would like to see him bring up that Zorua. For sure. Knock that out. Pressure something else. Yeah, double custom catcher. Bring up the Zorua. He's thinking about it. Bring up Zorua. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Here comes Zorua. I'd like to see him attached to the active as well. Should have played Kukui first. It's a sequencing error, not a huge deal. And he actually should have, before Kukui, and he definitely should have Brooklet Hilled for another Buzz GX, I think. There is a chance, so if you put another Pokemon in play, Brian could have, well, you don't need the Buzz GX yet, I guess. No, he didn't have to Brooklet Hill yet. That's fine. But I would attach active here to the Buzzwole, and I would just be like, this Buzzwole's going to knock out your Zoroark next turn. Deal with it. And then if he goes Lele, you're like, I'm still probably going to be able to knock out the Lele. You get Choice Band or anything like that. Just kind of threaten the knockout. Attached to the, like, Brian loves it if you're attacking with Ninetales in this matchup. I would actually rather see him attached to the Buzzwole, Baby Buzzwole, I think, than the Vulpix. The Vulpix attacking with Ninetales is just so poor in this matchup. Yeah, I definitely would like to have seen him just attached to the active Buzzwole. And I know his hand isn't great for it, but you need to draw prizes at least if you don't have anything else going on. Jet Punch knockout. Probably 30 on the Lycanroc, so you can actually knock that thing out. I would like to see 30 on the Lycanroc here. Yeah, 30 on the Lycanroc, just to make sure you can actually knock it out. He's got 3 energy in hand now, but nothing else really going on. Like I said, I would like to see him attached to the active and be like, you have to deal with this. You have to deal with this Buzzwole now. Trade from Brian. Got one more trade left. There we go, second trade. And now here's where Brian probably is just going to punch the Buzzwole and then two-shot it. All right, Zorua comes down. Yeah, this is where Brian will probably just punch the Buzzwole for 120, I would imagine. Think about attaching energy. Yeah, I like it on the Lycanroc a little bit better. You don't want to... I mean, your Rockruff could just get knocked out, so... Kukui to get the extra draw. The Kukuis don't really do anything real big in this matchup. Like, the math that it gives doesn't really, like, change that much. You can get up to 180 with a Zoroark, but that's about it. All right, we finally see some draws from John. Looks like it's going to be Ultra Ball, Multi-Switch. Excuse me. Yeah, Ultra Ball, Multi-Switch. Gets another Buzzwole. He has a Lily in hand, so he'll be able to draw some cards this turn. Going to be attached to active, Multi-Switch to the active. There we go. Attached to the active, and then Lily for 4. 2, 3, 4. Not sure what he drew. I see one custom catcher. Bumps Brian Stadium, and we should see a Vulpix here. Yep, there's the Vulpix. And he'll be able to evolve into a Ninetales next turn to get Beast Rings, which is great. This is looking way better for John already. And then there we go, the Knuckle Impact. This is what I wanted to see anyway. So once again, I still would have liked to have seen him just attached to his active on John's side. I would like to have seen John just like attached to his active Buzzwole. And then he could have gone and got like a Beast Ring already with that Ninetales. Instead, he had to go with the Multi-Switch. All right, Brian's thinking here. Yeah, I think Lele is definitely the best play for him to go with here. Look for a DC, knock this out, and then he'll have a GX attack from the Lycanroc to knock out the next Buzzwole. So then if John just doesn't have any threats past that, Brian will win the game. So we'll see. Gonna hit him with the Let Loose. I don't think John's hand was that good, so I'm pretty sure John is happy to see that. Happy to see the Let Loose. See some new cards. I don't think his hand even had like a draw supporter in it. So yeah. This hand doesn't look that great either, though. I can't really tell what's going on. He's shuffling it so fast. It looks like there's a Ninetales, so that's more than enough for him there. Timer Ball. Got a Heads. Gonna go with a Lycanroc. I wonder if he's actually gonna bring up anything. I don't think so, but we'll see. Yep, got the DC. That's gonna be the knockout with the Lele. Buzzwole comes out from John. Beast Ring. Checking the energy. He's gonna go back in with the Ninetales to get the Choice Band to be able to get the knockout. Oh, and that's his last 2 prizes. Okay, I thought John had one more prize past that. Okay, so yeah, John gets the win there. I thought John had one more prize at least. I don't know what I was thinking. John gets the win there in game 1 though. Going into game 2, we will have Brian going first. Hold up. Huh. I guess we missed a little bit of the turn 1. So we see the Elm from Brian with the energy prep on the Lele. Awesome. And then over to John. We see Lele into the Let Loose to get the energy, it looks like. Gets a Jet Punch knockout. 30 over to the Rockruff. Looks fine to me. You get to force the evolution out of the Rockruff without him being able to use the Bloodthirsty Eyes, really. So I like that. Because he pretty much has to evolve it. He can't just not evolve the Rockruff. It'll just get Jet Punch knocked out. But then you don't get you're not going to Bloodthirsty Eyes anything here, I don't think. You'll probably just hit the active here. Hit the active Buzzwole. Which doesn't look too bad for Brian here. Heads. There we go. Gonna get the Lycanroc, protect the Rockruff. But it's not great because, I mean, you don't want to 2-shot the Buzzwole. You'd much rather... Once again, knock out like a Diancie or something small. Play around the Sledgehammer turn. Evolve. Oh, he is going to bring up the Vulpix here. Okay, interesting. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you can get the 2 energy. He gets the KO on the Vulpix. Okay, no, I like this. I like this. This is great. That's right, because he had the DCE prepped before. Now he gets the KO the small thing, which is the... He gets to KO the small thing, which is the Vulpix. Now he doesn't get to play into Sledgehammer. Okay, so once again from John... He goes for the attach on a different Buzzwole. I would like to see him just attach to the same Buzzwole. Just accelerate the pace of play. Like, oh, maybe it would be able to get knocked out by the Lele, though. All right, maybe I take that back at this point. Put another DC on. 100. Put a Choice Band on. 140, 170, 190 with Kukui. Okay, maybe not, maybe not. Because the Lele would actually have to get the KO in this instance. So I'm okay with this one, then. Because I guess, yeah, if Brian did have Kukui, Choice Band, DCE, he would actually be able to return knockout a Buzzwole with 2 energy. So yeah, I'm fine with that then. I'm not sure about not putting the one with the Choice Band in the active though, so you can pressure the Lele a little bit harder. I'm not sure about that. Alright, we've seen both of the trades from Brian. He's going to attach to the Rockruff. He has an Acerola in hand. Yeah, he's going to reset the Lycanroc. I like this. Rockruff comes down. I don't think he's going to evolve the other one, because there's really no need for him to. And then, yeah, just swing for 80. Draw from John. Not great. He's going to switch back to the one with the Choice Band. Multi-switch up. Okay, and then get the energy attachment. And then we'll see the Knuckle Impact. Oh, he's going to go with the GX. Alright, that's a little risky. But I think I like it, actually, because he doesn't have anything else going on in hand. But there's the Kukui from Brian, so we know Brian is going to have the knockout here. So this one's looking really good from Brian, because I'm pretty sure John's hand is still dead. So this game is looking real good for Brian to take. His energy has Lycanroc, he has Choice Band, he already played the Kukui. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see Brian take this one. It will set up the Beast Ring turn, but John will need a lot. He'll need... he has the Beast Energy, I guess, already. So he needs Beast Ring, Beast Energy, and then he either needs Choice Band, Choice Band, Kukui, or Diancie. From a dead hand on the last turn. So, I don't have a ton of faith that it's going to happen, but we'll see what the top deck is. Buzzwole, there's the Kukui. No Beast Ring, though. All right. So a little short there from John. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to pull out this game at this point. Once again, it's going to be tough. Trying to think about what he could actually set up here to try and get the win. I think I want to see him grab a Vulpix here, bench the other Buzzwole, and then play for a one-shot on one of the Zoroark. So attach the fighting energy active, not the beast, and then you can actually one-shot a Zoroark on the next turn. But there's no way you're KOing this Lycanroc. So you have to kind of like give up on that right now. So I'd like to see him attach the basic fighting active, and then go Jet Punch the active for 30, and then 30 on one of the Zoroarks on the bench to make it a little bit easier to KO the Zoroark on the bench. Don't go with the beast. Don't go with the beast. Attach the basic energy active. Thinking about attaching the beast. No. Yeah, I don't like this. But I guess attaching the beast to the bench is about the same thing, because you know Brian can't KO it, I guess. All right. Attaching the beast is fine. I take it back, because you know Brian can't KO it at this point. I think that Brian just can't KO your Buzzwole on the bench, but you know he plays Let Loose, so you don't want him to let loose out of your hand. But I don't know why Brian would ever let loose that hand anyways. It's a 2-card hand if you attach the beast to the bench or the basic to the active. So I think I still would have liked to have seen the basic to the active from John and get that 30 damage on a bench Zoroark. And then just go from there. But there's the eyes. Yeah, bring up the Vulpix. I like to see this from Brian. Because you know that's the only thing that's really relevant for him to like set up plays is the Ninetales. So getting rid of the Vulpix is huge here. And then you have the Buzzwole to KO no matter what. So now there's the top deck Diancie from John. So that's great. Now he needs to see Choice Band and double Custom Catcher. Not quite. It looks like 3 or 4 Guzma though. Second energy active, Jet Punch, and he's just hoping Brian doesn't have a Guzma, which, there we go. Game 2 goes to Brian. All right. Game 3, looks like John went first. Cynthia attached energy to Lele, pass. Brian went Elm, let loose Elm, fill his bench, and then Rockruff. Guzma the Rockruff. Ooh, it's going to be a nice knockout there with the Lele, at the very least from John. Sending up the Ditto from Brian, trade. Zoroark, Timer Ball. 1 heads. Lycanroc's up the Vulpix. Same thing, you want to KO something small early on, play around the Sledgehammer. Don't let him get access to Sledgehammer. KOing this Vulpix means he won't get access to Sledgehammer if you can find a DCE on Brian's side. Heads. Probably just gonna search out another Zoroark. I'm gonna go for the Lycanroc. That's fine. Probably a little bit better. Especially if you'd rather have a Rockruff down than a Zorua at this point. Here come the trades. Trade 1 Ultra Ball. There's the Rockruff as well. Probably trade the second Ultra Ball. Oh, I think I already used the second trade, maybe. All right, and then he's gonna go with the pass. Kukui from John finds Let Loose Marshadow. I would attach active first because I think you definitely want to retreat this Lele. Let Loose isn't going to guarantee you find a Ninetales into a switch, so I think I would like to have seen John attach to his active at the very least. So you can set up the Ninetales to attack, but you can for sure retreat and actually hit the Zoroark for 60, which is still relevant damage. But there's the Ninetales. So it was a Kukui, so we can see Brooklet. We can get Buzzwole here, and then he can actually go switch plus multi-switch and actually Jet Punch for 100 here, which is actually super relevant. He's got another Kukui in hand, and then he has Brooklet, so he could ideally find the Diancie and then actually KO this Zoroark next turn to kind of force Brian to find like a way to move it or heal it, find the Acerola. So switch multi-switch is what I like to see here from John. I mean, even so, another thing is if he had attached active though as well, he could have just, if he gets Ninetales, he can find multi-switch and just attack with Ninetales, which I don't even hate attacking with Ninetales here. But now it has to be switch multi-switch to the Buzzwole. But it probably is better to attack with the Buzzwole than the Ninetales. The Ninetales just isn't as good, yeah. I still would like to have seen him attach active to the Vulpix though, to like make sure he can retreat it and at least hit with the Lele for 60, at the very least. So it should be 100 on the active Zoroark because of Kukui. It looks like they missed that. And he's gonna go with the 30 to the Rockruff, which I'm fine with. Pressure the, well, you know, he has the evolution in hand, so you're not really like forcing him to find anything. But yeah, pressure the evolution so that way he can't get as much use out of the Bloodthirsty Eyes. Brian still needs to try and take a cheap prize. So we'll probably see him like bring up the... It's not even like forcing him to evolve it that much because he wants to evolve it anyways. Yeah, there's the Lycanroc. And we'll probably see him KO the Marshadow on the bench. Once again, playing around the 4 prize turn. Oh, he's gonna go with the Ninetales here. Trap the Ninetales active. Okay, I think that's kind of good too. That's kind of... Oh, that's okay. You're playing into the Sledgehammer turn, unfortunately, still. And once again, this active Zoroark should have 100 on it because of the Kukui. I can't really see what... Alright, it looks like they figured it out. Yeah, Kukui and then let loose should be 100. He has a Guzma, so he's all good here, actually, on John's side. I would see him just Guzma up the other Zoroark, hit it for 60 with Buzzwole, attached to the Buzzwole, and then 30 to the other Zoroark. I definitely do not want to see him play Kukui here and let this Ninetales just get knocked out. Because if you play Kukui, all you're looking for Baby Buzzwole. That's literally the only thing that saves you here. But you could do that next turn. Make it hard for your... yeah, just Guzma up the Zoroark. Yeah, bring up the Zoroark. Bring it. Come here. Buzzwole. And I want to see him attached to Buzzwole here. He hasn't attached yet. Is he just not going to attach? Why aren't you going to attach, John? Alright, I definitely don't like this. I'm pretty sure he hasn't attached. Let's go back. No, he hasn't attached. Oh, now we're too far ahead. Yeah. I don't know why he didn't attach to the active Buzzwole there. That was interesting. He has an energy in hand, I believe. Yep. There was an energy in hand. I don't know why he didn't attach to the active Buzzwole. Definitely a big mistake there from John. So Brian is currently set up. He can go knock out active Buzzwole, knock out Ninetales, and then knock out Lele as his 6 prizes. If I mean, depending on how well he draws, but that's definitely a route that Brian can look to take. He would need to set up another Lycanroc to pull that off. So maybe not. That plan can't be quite in his future right now. There's triple Ultra Ball there from John. He finds a Vulpix as well. The Vulpix is really nice. The triple Ultra Ball is not. There's also a Beast Ring in his hand. I have no idea how it's gonna have to be played out here from John. I think he just has to go Ultra Ball and get a Buzzwole because of the Beast Ring in hand. But I guess he has the Ninetales as the pivot, or the Lele as the pivot, so he could actually do that next turn. So unfortunately, he whiffed energy, so he wasn't going to be able to knock out this Zoroark anyways. Even if he had attached last turn, he still should have attached last turn. But yeah, I like it on the Lycanroc. Make sure you'll be able to knock that out if it does come active. Probably when it does come active, it probably will make its way active eventually and attacking. So make sure you can knock it out when it does make its way up there. Just gonna be Evolve Zoroark. Start with a Cynthia here from Brian. Yeah, so actually that not attaching that energy last turn from John was a pretty big deal. He didn't draw an energy off the Lily, but it's still a big deal. You would have been able to just go like Knuckle Impact Knockout potentially, which would have been way better than the current scenario. Seeing the trades come out here from Brian. Timer Ball, heads, tails. Probably just gonna grab a Zoroark, thin out the deck. And we'll probably just see him take this knockout with the active Zoroark. It does mean that the Lele can knock you out, so you don't really want that. So maybe he will retreat, but you want to set up the energy on the Lycanroc as well. So yeah, this actually just makes more sense. Just take the knockout with the active. Yep. Knockout with the active Zoroark goes down. So now Lele can take the knockout with the Kukui in John's hand, which is really nice for John. It's really nice that this Kukui can actually take the knockout here for John. You could Ultra Ball away the other Ultra Balls and get a Buzzwole and then Beast Ring to it. I think I would like to see that before Kukui's. And then go Kukui, knock out the active Zoroark. I don't know what he's thinking about so hard here. Could also Sledgehammer this turn. Sledgehammer would be pretty good too. I guess it is a little awkward for John because the Lycanroc can kind of knock out anything he Beast Rings to. But if he doesn't Beast Ring, he's gonna get knocked out anyway. So he went with the Kukui first to give himself more options on the Ultra Ball discard. Really thinking this one through. Ultra Ball. I still think I would have liked to have seen him Ultra Ball for the Buzzwole GX and just Beast Ring to it before, and then take the knockout with the Lele. And just hope Brian doesn't have a way to KO your Buzzwole off the bench. But cards has really made it awkward for I mean, this game has been pretty awkward for John just because he hasn't been able to set up like multiple Buzzwoles. Like ideally you want like a board of like 3 Buzz GXs, especially when your opponent is playing correctly like Brian has been and is playing around the Sledgehammer turn. Yeah, you really just want like a bunch of Buzzwoles in play, but John has not been able to get to that point at all. He's been kind of stuck. He's debating between the Buzzwole and the Ninetales. I think you have to go with the Buzzwole here. He's thinking about going with the Ninetales, going with the Buzzwole, going with the Ninetales, going with the Buzzwole. Yeah, I think he just has to go with the Buzzwole and B-String to it. I think he just has to take a Buzz GX and B-String to it. Alright, goes with the baby Buzzwole. Probably will still see him B-String to it. Unless he plans to just go with the... Once again, he hasn't attached yet. You should know you're going to lose B-String next turn. Either there's a good chance you lose B-String next turn, so you just have to use it this turn as John. Because... no matter what, he can KO the Ninetales. So yeah, there's the B-String. He goes with the baby Buzzwole, which I don't think really makes any sense. So it means Brian will win the game slower, because if he goes KO baby Buzzwole, then he goes to 3 prizes instead of 2, and then can't just KO the Ninetales to win the game. But and then he's even throwing the baby Buzzwole in the active, which I don't like. Just take the knockout with the Lele, which you could have done. You played the Kukui. Yeah, so that's just like another mistake there from John. He just decides to take... He had the knockout with the Lele because he played the Kukui. I think he played the Kukui, right? If he didn't play the Kukui, I messed up. But I'm pretty sure he played Kukui, drew 2 cards. Yeah, he played Kukui, drew 2 cards. He got more options to Ultra Ball away, which is fine. Just take the knockout with the Lele and save the Buzzwole. Because now if Brian just KOs this Buzzwole, Brian just wins the game. I mean, I guess he's maybe trying to potentially get another turn of B-String here. But now Brian can just go KO this Ninetales, and now you're stuck with a Buzzwole with 3. Baby Buzzwole with 3 energy, which just isn't great. Yeah, there's the... Oh, he's gonna go with the Guzma on the Lele, actually. Okay, that's fine. I actually don't know if I'm a big fan of this, because a lot of these Buzzwole decks generally play Acerola, so you could see John Acerola his Ninetales next turn, and then... no, you'd still be in a fine spot, because you're gonna GX this, and then you Claw Slash the Baby Buzz. No, that's fine, that's fine. I'm overthinking it. Yeah, there's the GX from Brian. And now John has a Baby Buzzwole to knock out... I don't know. He can't protect his Ninetales, I don't think, with his current hand. The one with the damage on the bench. So I think this one is just going to end up going in favor of Brian here. I don't see John being able to pull this one out. He is going to get the Ninetales, but I don't think it's going to lead to much that would be able to prevent him from losing the game. Definitely try and kill the Zoroark, I think, on Brian's side, but once again, I don't think that's gonna do enough. I'm pretty sure Brian's hand is really big. I'm pretty sure he has a game plan set up in the hand. That's why he didn't bench. I mean, he has a Zorua in hand, and that's why I didn't like bench Zorua. He's not looking for more trades. So I'm pretty sure the game plan is already set up from Brian, and he's just waiting to execute it. There we go, knockout. Brian checks his hand again. Maybe he doesn't have it. He has Lele. I see Kukui, so Kukui knockout is good enough. But if you can get a Guzma, it's even better. There's a Kukui. Looks like there's no Guzma in the deck. So it's not going to be a Guzma here for Brian. He's going to have to go with the Kukui knockout. And he still has plenty of time to finish the game from there. Goes with the Acerola. He might have a Kukui in hand. Having access to Acerola is great just in case any shenanigans happen. I don't think anything would happen where it would put Brian out of the game. There's another Kukui for the next turn in case he needs it. DCE to bench Lycanroc, and then there's the Claw Slash for the knockout. There's the Guzma off the prizes, so we should see this one closed out next turn. Yeah, I didn't think we had seen Brian play down too many Guzmas, so there must have been some prize, and there one is off the prizes. Over to John. Brooklet Hill for Diancie, it looks like. He's got a Buzzwole, he's got an energy, he's got a switch. There's a Jet Punch. But we know it's not going to be good enough. There's the Guzma from Brian, and Brian takes it 2-1. So I think really well played by Brian, for sure. Everything was super clean on Brian's side. I didn't talk about his side much at all. Nothing really to mention. Super clean from Brian. Very nice to see. And then from John, a little sloppy. The big one for me was that energy attachment. He just chose to not attach for the turn when he had an energy. I think he was drawing a prize, and then he was playing Kukui next turn, so he's seeing more cards. I think he was a little scared to also just commit the second energy to your Buzzwole and like accelerate the pace of the game. He was like committing to going Jet Punch next turn or having to find the multi-switch, which he did find multiple times, the multi-switch, but his hands were definitely not guaranteed to find multi-switch, so it felt really iffy to me. I think he definitely should have committed his energy more to just making big plays, irrelevant of finding the multi-switch. He like played into potentially having to find the multi-switch to do anything big on his turn multiple times, and he did get rewarded because he got a little lucky in being able to find the Ninetales every time, but I feel like he definitely should have just commit the second energy to the Buzzwole, commit that energy to the Vulpix. So yeah, a little sloppy on John's side for sure. But also on John's side, he just didn't set up very well. He didn't have any games where he was able to get like just a bunch of Buzzwoles in play. He like almost only ever had one Buzzwole GX in play, which kind of sucked. I mean, game one, I think he definitely overcommitted the baby Buzzwole when he did. Like, he just shouldn't have benched it. You want to play as if your opponent's going to play correctly, and if your opponent plays correctly, they're going to go. You already committed to Let Loose to the bench and Diancie. Brian definitely is going to look to KO the Diancie, ideally get that out of play around the Sledgehammer. So sloppy from John, really great play from Brian. And that's going to do it for round 8, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with round 9 soon. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you enjoyed the content, subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my live stream links for those in the description below. Have a good day and peace.